Untold Tales: The Unexpected Guest. Looking into the vastness of space, it's easy to feel small and insignificant. Yet our ingenuity, inventiveness, and imagination have made that extensive expanse of nothingness manageable. Today, we frequently travel great distances without giving it so much as a second thought. That is until, every once in a while, something happens that is so unbelievable, it makes you realize we're all connected by space and time in ways we'll never fully understand. This is Untold Tales. Today we visit the city of Tram in the Pharaon system, which has struggled to find its footing since mining companies left en masse during the mid-29th century. As the good-paying jobs fled, so did the system's population. For the last century, Pharaon has had only a few permanent residents, but that makes this untold story of an unexpected guest arriving at Octavia Watt's door that much more incredible. It was a late December day in 2945 when the 127-year-old Octavia Watt decided to spend the afternoon getting her house ready for Traveler's Day. Each year, her 3 children and their families celebrated the holiday at her modest house on the outskirts of Tram. Gang fights over water and poor public services had driven most of the other residents away. Yet, Octavia stayed, despite repeated attempts by her children to get her to move to someplace less dangerous.
I wasn't having none of it. There's not much there except my memories. But that's part of why I liked it. It also reminded me of the homestead in Charon, where I grew up. There's a special kind of peace that comes with simple living.
Octavia's children had resigned themselves to their mother spending the rest of her days in a house she loved, situated within an increasingly hostile landscape. That is until an unexpected guest arrived and changed everything.
I'd wandered down to Merle's to borrow an extra set of towels, because there never seems to be enough when the kids are home. I was about halfway back to my place when the sky just lit up.
Octavia looked up as a sonic boom erupted around her. Then a piercing scream cut across the sky, slicing through the thick layer of clouds and pollution permanently plastered above. A moment later, a second boom, and a flash knocked her down. When she regained her footing, Octavia saw with horror that her house was in ruins. Amidst the dust and debris sat an improbable and unexpected guest.
I had no idea what in the world had happened. When I got closer, all I saw was this burned up metal tube, covered in UEE and Marine logos, right where my good recliner used to be.
The sudden and surprising impact roused Octavia's remaining neighbors from their homes. One by one, they gathered near the impact crater. They were baffled by what was before them, until neighbor Merle Ramix, who had done a brief stint in the UEE Navy, arrived on the scene. He immediately identified the metal object as an individual rapid entry assault pod used by the Marines for space-to-surface operations, more commonly known as a nail. Worried someone was trapped inside, Merle carefully made his way into the wreckage and opened the emergency hatch. After easing the body to the ground, Merle removed the Marine's helmet, hoping there was still a chance to save the poor soul. Only to discover it was too late. Way too late. The Marine had been dead for a while. Local officials were on the scene in record time. The area was cordoned off and witness statements taken, but no one could answer the only question that mattered. How could Octavia's house have been destroyed by a dead Marine? Though many outside of the Marines have heard of the nail, few have seen it in action. UPark scientists are believed to have reverse-engineered the tech from the feared Vandal boarding spikes used in ship-to-ship combat, modifying the design to make it viable for a human occupant. The current Nail can safely deploy a Marine from a ship in space to a planet's surface in 90 seconds. The device is a technological marvel if correctly deployed, and a metal coffin if not. The UEE has never publicly commented on the incident, or even given Octavia an explanation of why her house was destroyed. They did pay her a generous resettlement fee, and she now lives with her daughter in Cestalus. However, Octavia still finds herself wishing she called Tram home.
Oh boy, do I miss the peace and quiet. There's just too many people around here for my tastes. But what other options do I got? At least I can still take care of myself, so I'm not too much trouble for Elena.
Octavia still wonders exactly how a marine nail found its way into her house. When Untold Tales returns, we talk to the person who might hold the answer, her former neighbor, Merle Ramix.
I did my tour in the Navy, but was around enough Marines to know that the uniform he was wearing was old. Like, real old. Based on some research I've done, I'd say it's about 200 years or so.
After the break, Merle shares with us exactly what he saw that day. And we ask the question, what is the UEE hiding? Was this nail deployed during a covert action in the Pharaon system? Or stranger yet, could it have somehow possibly come from an entirely different system centuries ago? These questions and more when Untold Tales returns. This is Captain Bayne. Thank you for taking the time to listen to SCLoreCast's telling of Untold Tales, The Unexpected Guest. This official Star Citizen lore can be found within the Spectrum Dispatch section of the Roberts Space Industries website. A big thank you to our guest speaker, MereKat, for her work in this episode as the voice of Octavia Watt. Despite her efforts with the other ladies from Diverse the Verse, her own Twitch channel, and her role in the Star Citizen organization she's part of, she always finds the time for SCLoreCast and our efforts to bring the lore of the verse to life. If you would like to know more about MereKat, I encourage you to check out her guest appearance on Station 42. The link for that is provided in the description, along with her Twitch channel and her Facebook page. If you have time, drop by and tell her Captain Bayne sent you. Now for a friendly reminder. If you're enjoying this episode via YouTube, I encourage you to take a look at the subscriber count for this channel. If it is below 1,500, then you still have a chance to win an Origin 85X, a $25 Star Citizen gift card, and a Mustang Alpha starter package. All you have to do to enter is click subscribe and leave a comment. If you are listening to this Lorecast on any other platform, please head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts for your chance to win. Full details are included in a video that I'll also provide as a link in the description. Okay, that's it for now. As usual, thank you to my Patreon backers. Thank you to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers. And thank you for listening. And as always, for you Star Citizen fans out there, we'll see you in the verse.